how things work in industry. You're given a header file that has the specifications of your, let's say, functions, or at least the signatures, okay? When I say signature means just the header of the function declaration, like what data type the function is supposed to return and what parameters and their data types. Once we create the header, and then we go and implement those functions one by one. So once the first one is ready, just make it, available to the user, and then do the second one, third one, and fourth one, okay? So you can see here, this is the header file, and this is the implementation file, okay? This is the addition. Addition returns double and takes 2 arguments. When I say argument means when you call the function, okay, here. This is the function call. So number 1 and number 2 here are arguments, or actual parameters, we call them. While in the header of the function, we call them formal parameters, okay? So it has 2 formal parameters, and which means receives 2 arguments. So we just add them up and then return the value. Division, regardless any value, regardless the value of y, we do the division. So in this program, we handle that exception, or let's say, when I say exception means the exceptional, case, if the denominator is 0. So we handle that during the program. Is it, a professional way now? Actually, the function is supposed to handle this. So if you should have a cushion here. If the value coming as a second parameter is 0, we should throw an exception. But this is advanced stuff. Hopefully in the future, if you are planning to take advanced C++ program, or you can do it yourself, that's fine. Just go and study the exceptions. And I would be more than glad to give you more, okay? Because I teach the same stuff for the advanced students. And here we have the subtraction, and here we have the multiplication. And remember again, we have the header here, which is header file.h. Look at the extension here, .h. While the implementation should be C++ file, okay? And then we have now the client. When I say the client, means the functions or let's say the files who are supposed to use the other functions we just created, like the addition and subtraction and multiplication, okay, in their body. So that's why we call them clients. And of course, this file is a driver. Why a driver? Because it contains the main function that's supposed to be actually is the starting point for the compiler to start with. So here in the main file, what we do, it's a C++ file, to make sure that you invoke the header file here. And also in the implementation file, make sure that you include it. Even though the Visual Studio, if you miss this, it's going to fix it, okay? As an example, if you do not write the header file here, do not include the header file within the implementation, let's say, file, it's going to work. But please do it, okay? Why? Because you want to make your code generic, so you never know if whatever C++ compiler would accept this. So you want to make sure that your program works with most of the available compilers in the market now, okay? We just prompt the user to enter, a selection of, we can Calvin and Tad the other day. So read the data first, like the operands, number 1, number 2, and then evaluate the choice, which is the user choice or user selection, to recognize the user selection, okay? Based on that choice, the proper function is invoked. So if the user enters 1, then the addition is called or invoked, and then the value returns to result.